CBS Premiere Week. Catch up anytime on Paramount Plus.
Fire Country returns Friday, October 17th, part of CBS Premiere Week.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lily Simmons. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the Michigan House has finally passed a budget. We'll tell you what's in it and what happens next. And the Dickinson County Board has voted against supporting the MSU Extension Office along with its 4-H programming. We've got an in-depth look at the community debate. Plus, we'll show you how families are finding ways to save on back-to-school shopping and supporting local thrift stores. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Welcome in. A first look at your forecast as we head into tonight. We are staying mostly dry and we are looking at some clear conditions, at least to the eastern half of the Upper Peninsula, as well as some cooler temperatures into the mid 40s, upper 40s into the western half. Mostly cloudy with temperatures close to 60 degrees. So a bit of a temperature gradient here, but mainly the entire Upper Peninsula will be below average for tomorrow. Overcast skies, showers, and a few isolated thunderstorms. I'll have more details on that, as well as your Labor Day weekend in just a few minutes.
The Marquette Police Department is asking for the public's help to find a missing woman. 69-year-old Eileen Mandel has been missing from her home since Sunday evening. According to police, she had made concerning statements to family members and may be in an altered mental state. Mandel was last seen wearing a green sweater and driving a white 2021 Dodge Ram pickup truck with a Michigan license plate reading DD70423. She's about 5'4", 110 pounds, and has hazel eyes and brown hair. Anyone with information on Mandel's location is urged to contact Marquette Police as soon as possible. Earlier this evening, the Michigan House passed a new state budget for 2026, 7 weeks after the deadline. The $78.5 billion plan passed in a 59-45 vote, with 6 lawmakers absent. Republicans call it the value for my dollars budget. The House Speaker says they've set $3.1 billion for road repairs, $140 million for public safety, and new tax relief on tips and overtime. The plan also cuts more than $5 billion in what Republicans describe as waste, fraud, and abuse, including 4,300 unfilled state jobs. Republican leaders say that money is being redirected to protect Medicaid and SNAP. The budget now moves on to the Senate for debate, and lawmakers have until September 30th to make a deal. Economic development leaders across Michigan have come together for a shared vision of the state's future. They've released a list of priorities aimed at strengthening communities, attracting businesses, and keeping talent here in Michigan. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has those details.
Economic Development Leaders for Michigan, a coalition representing 84% of the state's economy, says Michigan needs consistent tools to stay competitive.
Michigan has repeatedly and with some regularity changed how it invests in economic development. And so I think one of the foundations that we're really trying to get to is consistency. So hopefully take the politics out of it.
The group released a top 10 list that includes more funding for business development programs, community revitalization, and site readiness. It also calls for doubling the state's R&D tax credit and expanding workforce initiative. The list sets priorities as lawmakers finalize the state budget. House Republicans rolling out their plan just today.
The hope here was to start an earnest conversation with policymakers to say, we've had different regions with very disparate interests, very different opportunities in front of their respective regions come together and settle on 10 real and tangible programs that they believe, in uniformity would work to advance the economic development ball.
Fatante says the plan has real impact for everyday Michiganders. The list highlights other programs that have grown the state with funding from the budget. In the UP, revitalization funding helped transform the Ore Dock in Marquette, and a site readiness grant cleared the way for new housing in Manistee.
There is real practical application as to why these tools are so important. all across all 15 counties of the UP.
EDLM leaders hope the state lawmakers will rally around the bipartisan plan to provide stability and long-term growth across the state. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
In Washington, President Trump is trying to remove Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook over allegations of mortgage fraud. But Cook is firing back, saying she will not resign. Some are saying the president is trying to take control of the Fed, which is designed to be independent from the White House. The president announced his intentions yesterday on Truth Social. She has not been charged with any crime, and reports from Cook's lawyer state that no cause exists under the law for Trump to fire her. Some expect a potential long legal fight with the president over this move. Political scientists say the Federal Reserve is designed to work as an independent agency with the goals of limiting inflation and making sure unemployment doesn't get too high. There are concerns that this is the president's first step in trying to strip this institution's independence. Experts warn that meddling with the Fed's independence could have economic and financial consequences.
The Federal Reserve Board was designed to not be political. The length of the terms and the staggering of the terms allows the board to act independently of political forces. You want the economy not to be subject to political forces so that politicians can't use it to try to gas up the economy when things are bad so that they can get re-election. This is part of a broader scheme that the president has been going after in terms of trying to politicize data, to try to make sure that he has people within government, even in independent agencies, that are more compliant with him.
It is well known that the president has been frustrated with the Federal Reserve, trying to get them to lower interest rates. Just a few days ago, the Fed chairman signaled that could lower rates at their next meeting in September. Around the UP, the Dickinson County Board has once again voted down funding for Michigan State University Extension Services. The decision came late last night with a 4-1 vote. Our John Truitt was there and has the details.
Monday's vote confirmed the board's earlier stance on denying money for the local extension coordinator, which will effectively shut down all extension programs, including 4-H. The meeting was a last-ditch effort by community members and extension officials to persuade commissioners to support the funding.
You know, this was already settled. They knew back then the funding was cut. This was just we're re-voting on it, you know.
It's unfortunate that they weren't really willing to listen, and they clearly had their minds made up. They had prepared statements, so clearly they were already looking to say no before they even had anything for me to say or any of the public.
Back in December, the previous board approved an $81,000 allocation for extension services. But in January, the newly seated board rescinded that commitment. Commissioners later agreed to revisit the issue and listen to testimony from both residents and Michigan State Extension representatives. Still, the outcome remained unchanged.
And the lack of securing funding, especially county funding, we will have to shut this office down.
During the meeting, the board spent nearly 50 minutes hearing public comment, much of it favoring extension and 4-H programs.
So I'm asking you guys, please allocate the money.
After the rejection, Commissioner Joe Stevens and Putnam pitched a compromise, a $40,000 allocation, half the original request. That motion also failed. Opponents on the board argued Michigan State already has billions in endowments, though extension officials pointed out those dollars are already earmarked elsewhere.
All of the interest and whatnot on these foundations and endowments is already allocated via contracts.
Board Chair Dan Harrington further minimized the impact of 4-H within Dickinson County.
Most of the farmers group in our county are not 4-H. 4-H is I think, I could be wrong on this, but it's a trademark affiliated thing with Michigan State. Many of the farmer groups call themselves 4-H, are not 4-H.
With the future of 4-H in jeopardy in Dickinson County, this year's 4-H activities at the county fair will be unaffected. In Iron Mountain, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Authorities in Keweenaw County are seeking community assistance after more than 80 emergency trail signs were stolen or vandalized. Installed every half mile along local snowmobile and ATV trails, the signs help emergency crews locate injured or lost riders. Officials say their loss could delay rescues, especially in bad weather or in low visibility. The county sheriff calls the signs lifelines and says removing them is reckless and endangers lives. The sheriff's office is now leading a fundraising campaign to replace the signs with stronger aluminum versions. A GoFundMe has been set up to collect public donations, and residents are urged to report any suspicious activity they see. An event in Ishpeming tomorrow morning will give residents a chance to meet with their state and local representatives. State Senator Ed McBroom and Ishpeming City Council member Jason Chapman will host a coffee and conversation at the U.S. National Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame at 11 a.m. Attendees will hear updates from both the state and city levels. They can voice concerns, discuss ideas, and ask questions about issues affecting their community.
Important that we are accessible to our constituents. So it doesn't matter what party they're from. I think we need to get the message out that things at the local level are not partisan and that we should be working with anybody who will work to make our communities better.
McBroom says his staff in Lansing is available to help with state matters, while Chapman can assist with local issues in Ishpeming. A special team with the Michigan State Police has brought its seasonal training to the Upper Peninsula, and it's only for the second time in over 50 years. WZMQ 19's Andrew Hands got an up-close look at the action.
Throughout the week, the Michigan State Police Emergency Support Team is conducting its fall refresher training procedures in the UP. This morning in K.I. Sawyer, the team completed their annual recertification in fast rope rappelling.
We want to maintain operational readiness and peak performance to respond to any type of emergency throughout the entire state. And that includes here in the UP where, it's more rural and there's potentially difficult terrains to get to. That's part of the consideration of hosting the training this year. It brings a unique challenge, I guess, for those participating in the training.
This is only the second time this training has been done at this scale in the region since the team was created in 1974. The approximately 60 members hail from all around the state of Michigan and are typically called into higher risk situations, while also assisting posts and other training and assignments.
Our ES team, they're very good at what they do. They're very professional. They get a lot of training to make sure they're always ready to respond to any type of call.
While it's rare for this training to come to the UP, the area is still familiar to some on the team.
The UP is a special place, and for our team members that are assigned here in the UP and work here full time, it's pretty cool for them. There's also team members that are native Upers that it's to get back home essentially to the UP and do this training with the entire team is pretty cool for the team.
Into the rest of the week, the ES team will focus on tactical training. In K.I. Sawyer, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Plus, we stop by a local thrift store to see how families are saving money on clothes this back-to-school season. And later, back to school means back to fall sports. Our own Mike Ludlum joins us live in the studio with the latest UP highlights, including Marquette soccer. Stay with us.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Looking for a car that won't fall apart on the way home? Bam! Come to John's Auto where cars are clean, run great, and don't smell like french fries. Does your car need a tune-up? Bam! Service department. Do you want your car to sparkle? Bam! Detailing department. Need a quieter sister? Bam! Wait. For the best pre-owned cars, the best service, and the best detailing, come to John's Auto Marquette.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
Tourism has basically become one of the mainstays of the economy up here.
The Respect Marquette program is helping shape who visits Marquette and how they visit Marquette.
Protecting water and being part of organizations doing that work is essential.
Chips or cracks, we got your back. Brian's Auto Glass.
Cracked windshield, chipped glass? Don't wait. Call Brian's Auto Glass in Nagani. We specialize in expert windshield replacement, chip and crack repairs, and safety system calibrations to keep your vehicle road ready. Can't come to us? No problem. We'll come to you with our mobile service. Fast, professional, local. Brian's Auto Glass, where clear vision starts.
A world at your fingertips gives you the advantage. Scan this right now. Weather, local news, community events, amazing video. It's cool. It's all yours. It's free. And it's on demand. Do it. Download the app from 19 News. Now you know. Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News. Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. We're checking in with how we did today, but I can tell you if you're not a fan of this sneak peek of fall that we're getting, we are still looking at some potential seasonal conditions, a little push of heat as we get to after Labor Day. But for now, the colder conditions continue. 65 degrees for today when that average is 73. Now I say cold, this is chilly, it's below average, but again, if we were in the middle of winter, you'd be very happy if we hit 65 degrees. So we're just dealing with the transition of seasons here, getting into fall very, very soon. And we're tracking another system for tomorrow, a low pressure system moving over the Great Lakes. So of course that's going to fire up a few showers and storms, but also start to bring in some more cooler air. So we're not really having a chance to recover the cool air now. We're just getting some more cool air into the area. So not much recovery. We'll be down to basically the 50s by the time this passes for Thursday. So we'll keep an eye on it, not seeing too much potential for severe weather, but you'll likely need the windshield wipers, the umbrellas, and might not be the best day for white shoes, suede shoes for tomorrow. We're looking at widespread rain, but we are looking at consistency here in the fact that it's going to be non-severe from the Storm Prediction Center. This is a 0 out of 5 on the severe scale. So we've seen our fair share of marginal risks, and we're not even seeing that for what we're tracking for tomorrow, but we'll still keep an eye on that. Now, looking ahead to the weekend, the unofficial end of summertime definitely already feels like the end of summertime with the fall-like conditions, but we'll actually get more of those summertime conditions back as we head into the weekend. It'll be a bit chilly for Saturday, getting that A-, but otherwise really mostly sunny for your Saturday, Sunday, and Labor Day itself, and we'll get pretty close to 80 degrees even beyond that. So a pretty big temperature difference here on our 7-day, but the UV outlook does stay pretty consistent with the exception for tomorrow. It'll be very cloudy and rainy, so definitely not the best tanning type of weather, and we'll get some high UV back for Thursday through Sunday around that 6-7 range. So any outdoor plans for your Labor Day, make sure to have the SPF with you and reapply it. And of course, exactly 20 years ago was major hurricane, Category 5 Hurricane Katrina, so we're kind of tracking the track of it exactly 20 years later. Yesterday we talked about Category 1, it made landfall in Florida. It actually weakened to a tropical storm, strengthened to a Category 1, and immediately strengthened into a Category 2, all within the same day. That would be August 26th of 2005. And on this day, the National Hurricane Center also updated their forecast, and they forecasted it would strengthen to a Category 4, and they also started issuing watches and warnings, so plenty of time into New Orleans before it got there. But we'll keep you updated each day throughout that anniversary, bringing it back locally here. Of course, we are on this roller coaster, a bit warmer before the showers and storms, but then we dip down to the 50s for Thursday, slowly getting those 70s back into the forecast by the time we get to the weekend. And as we head into Labor Day, close to 80 degrees with plenty of sunshine.
Tomorrow night, Kelly will give us a look at the weather systems expected to come through in the coming months and what type of winter we can expect this year. Well, each fall, back-to-school shopping can be an expensive proposition, but it doesn't have to break the bank. At Pack Rat's thrift store in Marquette, families are finding big savings on clothes, supplies, and more. Store manager Nikki Duran shows us how the deals are stacking up for students this fall.
My best friend started this years and years ago. Last week, it was my 22nd year of running the store here. My name is Nikki Durand. I'm the store manager at Pack Rat's Thrift. I get to help my community every day and give back to them, which is what I love so much about it. It is back to school time, and so we've had a lot of out-of-towners with their northern kids starting.
Both of us are going to eat a dime.
All the back-to-school kiddos with their moms, kind of trying to save some money, give back to their community at the same time, but also benefiting their family too. So I mean, it's a win-win for everybody.
Just a good way to save money and get clothes that are still in good use.
I always say, you know what, you can save a lot going to thrift stores, but
and especially with it all being pretty good, decent clothes, no real stains or holes or anything, so it's just a good way to save money and get clothes that are still in good use.
Always look at the sales that we have going on because those change every month on our clothing tags. So, you know, you can walk out of here with free clothing that we have in bins too when it's the color tags. Turned to free, which this month it's the green tags on clothing. So you can walk out of here with a handful of clothing that you never even had to pay a dime for. I love when back to school happens and the moms come in with their coffee on that Tuesday morning or Monday morning or whenever the school starts and they're like, good morning, how is everybody? You know, they get some more little time to themselves. Summers get long for those stay-at-home parents.
Coming up after the break, Mike Ludlum joins us live to break down the latest local and regional sports highlights. We'll be right back.
For 1 week only, August 25th through September 2nd, get 3.9% APR for 68 months on select new and pre-owned vehicles at Fox Marquette Ford. Plus, friends and family pricing for all during our Labor Day sales event. 1 week only at Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.
I thought it was just a rash, but it had a bullseye ring around it. My doctor said it was a tick bite. Luckily, we caught it early.
Ticks found in tall grass around your home can spread Lyme disease and other illnesses, which can lead to chronic health issues. The CDC estimates nearly 500,000 people across the country are diagnosed with Lyme disease each year.
I didn't understand why my brother was having so many asthma flare-ups. Sometimes he couldn't breathe. Turns out a roach problem at home was triggering it.
Allergens left behind by dust mites, roaches, and rodents are a major driver of asthma attacks, especially in children.
When I had a fever, body aches, and fatigue, I never thought it would have been West Nile virus. All it took was a mosquito bite while gardening.
Mosquitoes spread West Nile virus and many other diseases, and they can breed in standing water around your home. Protect your family from pests. Get the facts at pestworld.org.
On the next edition of Comics Unleashed, with your host, Byron Allen. As 5 of the most hilarious comics take it to the edge every night, and nothing is off limits.
That's what I learned in any relationship. Communication is the most important thing. Yeah. The more you can avoid it, the better you'll do. Just avoid it altogether.
Comics Unleashed.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
For 1 week only, August 25th through September 2nd, get 3.9% APR for 68 months on select new and pre-owned vehicles at Fox Marquette Ford. Plus, friends and family pricing for all during our Labor Day sales event. 1 week only at Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.
Good evening, everyone. It's still August, and the Marquette and Kingsford boys soccer teams have seen each other twice. Marquette won Saturday's contest over the Flivers as part of a triangular with the Brandon Blackhawks. Tonight's matchup also was at the Kaufman Sports Complex. The score was even at 1 at the half, but Kingsford's number 3, Jace Schrant, wasn't happy with that result. 6 minutes into the second half, long cross from Marquette's Liam Hewitt, intended for Charlie Rohde, gains control, blasts the left foot shot into the upper 90, past Landon Adam, and it's 2-1 Marquette first lead. Now the Flivers come right back. Jonah Nelson will keep hustling and will make the steal. His shot gets past Carter Tanella. Kingsford is back in business with 32.5 minutes remaining, tied at 2. To the other end, off a free kick, Charlie Rohde gently lobs the ball, gets whiffed, but Oscar Hill is there, converts the opportunity. Sentinels back in front 3-2, a little more than 5 minutes on the clock. Oh, we're not done. Seth Sanderson, Rohde on the receiving end of that beautiful cross with a header, stays under the crossbar. Marquette up 4-2, and yes, that goal meant something because here come the Flivers. Jonah Nelson with the corner kick. Flivers able to get the ball back to the middle of the pitch. Gavin Kinsella scores on the second try as Nelson gets the ball back to him. Flivers are within 4-3, but Marquette was able to keep Kingsford at bay the rest of the way. Sentinels win 4-3. These two teams will meet in a couple of weeks in Dickinson County. Turning to girls high school tennis, Escanaba had a couple stops today. The second one was at Marquette. Marin Johnson of Marquette in the far court, first singles, gets the point here when Olivia Vogel will hit the ball into the net. Johnson went on to win the first set by the score of 6-1. Vogel is going to get this point when the ball goes into the net. However, Johnson went on to win this match 6-1 and 6-3. I believe this is second doubles. Marquette in the near court, Logan McFerrin and Kylie Smith against Sophie Hill and Isabella Noblet of the Eskimos. Marquette gets the nice point with the slight lob. And Escanaba will come up with the point here. This is one of the tighter matches of the day, and Marquette takes it 6-4 and 7-6, winning that tiebreaker 7-5. Marquette goes on to get the team score 7-1. Elsewhere in girls tennis, Escanaba's first stop was at Westwood, and the Patriots were off to a good start this season, defeating Escanaba 8-0, and Negaunee did the same to the Ishpeming Hematites. High school volleyball tonight. Negaunee sweeps an improved Westwood team 3-0. Marquette travels to the Sioux, and the Blue Devils pick up a 3-0 victory. Bark River Harris needed all 5 sets before turning back Menominee 3-2, 15-10 for BRH in the 5th set. Big Bay did knock over Mid Peninsula 3-1. Superior Central took 3 from Gwynn, and Hancock needed 4 before defeating Lakeland and Hubble 3-1. Also, Manistee defeats Munising 3-1. Kearney Nato over North Central 3-0, and Forest Park beat Norway 3-0. Taking a look at the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference preseason volleyball poll, rather tight near the top. Grand Valley State picked up 8 of the 11 first place votes and edged Ferris State 98-92. Wayne State is third with 76 points, then a tight battle with NMU edging Michigan Tech by 1 point, 68-67. Looking at the rest of the league, Parkside was a solid 6th, followed by Davenport, Purdue Northwest with 38, Saginaw Valley State 34. Lake Superior State had 18 points, and Roosevelt was 11th with 13 points. The Marquette Sentinels and the Negaunee Miners will meet on the football field Thursday for the first time since the 2017 season. So far this century, Marquette has the advantage with 9 wins and 8 losses. It's a highly anticipated matchup for players and coaches.
Basketball still and other sports, but we have a lot of rich history and a rivalry there, and I think it's still there. And like no matter which side you're on, like you don't really like the other team no matter what, just because they're the neighboring city over there. So obviously we're gonna have a lot of fire to go out there and try to beat them, and yeah, I think our guys are pretty fired up.
New opener, but not a new opponent, at least for me. Some of our guys have played them at the younger levels, but none of us, none of our players have played them at the varsity level. Super excited. It's a great rivalry, in all sports, but it used to be a huge one in football, and I'm hoping that we can get it back to that again.
Kickoff from Minor Stadium Thursday night is 7 o'clock. Also, Kingsford visits Escanaba Thursday. That, of course, now is a non-conference contest. Also coming up on Thursday in college football, NMU opens the season at home against Minnesota State Moorhead. Michigan Tech also is at home against Bemidji State. Baseball tonight, Milwaukee gets a sacrifice fly by Isaac Collins in the bottom of the ninth to defeat Arizona 9-8. William Contreras and Bryce Terang had home runs for the Brewers. And Riley Green has a grand slam for the Tigers, but they trail the A's 5-4 in the 4th inning. We'll be right back.
For 1 week only, August 25th through September 2nd, get 3.9% APR for 68 months on select new and pre-owned vehicles at Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Plus supplier pricing during our Labor Day sales event. Together, let's drive Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Experience the difference.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
Get an 11% rebate on your post frame building at Menards. For over 65 years, Menards has been the destination for post frame buildings. Whether it's for protecting equipment or you just need a place to keep your toys, Menards has the post frame building for you. Get a free estimate fast, in-store, or on Menards.com. Plus, get an 11% rebate on everything for your post frame project now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Pure Outdoor.
For 1 week only, August 25th through September 2nd, get 3.9% APR for 68 months on select new and pre-owned vehicles at Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Plus supplier pricing during our Labor Day sales event. Together, let's drive. Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Experience the difference.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
The Window Store Home Improvement Center is your clear choice for quality products and expert installation. We have a thorough and seamless process, start to finish. From the moment you meet our friendly staff, you'll be amazed by their attention to detail. Our team of experienced professionals take pride in their work, and with our 2-year warranty on all installations, you'll have peace of mind knowing your investment is protected. Plus, we service the entire Upper Peninsula. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
And a final look at your forecast. We are going to start to track a few scattered showers and storms for tomorrow. Pretty much everyone will see this rain at some point. Very scattered, though, throughout the day across the Upper Peninsula. We are looking at mostly cloudy to overcast skies, temperatures into the upper 60s, at least for Marquette, and we'll get some warmer conditions in there down to Menominee around the mid 70s, and we will be into that scattered range for tomorrow. Still a non-severe risk from the Storm Prediction Center. Our best chance of rain comes Wednesday evening, and then once we clear that, we really are into that low chance of rain, not only for Thursday through Thursday evening, but really into Labor Day weekend itself. Once we clear the showers and storms that will track for you tomorrow, mixed sky, really copy and paste that all the way into next week. The only thing that changes is we are cooler into the 50s for your Thursday, but then we slowly get some warmer temperatures back and we're all the way close to 80 degrees on your Labor Day.
Finally tonight, over the weekend, the 4th annual Irontown Classics Car Show brought around 120 vehicles to Negaunee Jackson Mine Park. Many Upper Peninsula communities were represented with entries ranging from Manistique to Ishpeming and beyond. The display also showcased many decades from as early as the 1920s to close to today. One of the winners says these shows are important from an historical point of view.
Is kind of unique because it shows as original. It looks like it came off the showroom at Fry Chevrolet way back in 1958. We got to preserve them for the future and make sure, I talked to a lot of people here, make sure that we get the message out so that they understand what the history of the automobile is, which of course is the heartbeat of the United States all these years.
Jason Till came in second place with a 1956 Chevy pickup. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow at 6/5 Central.
When you need a body shop,